Well, Zimbabweans are waiting to hear the full results from this weekend's by-elections. The opposition Citizens Coalition for Change has already raised concerns about irregularities as well as alleged voter intimidation. People cast their ballots yesterday to fill more than 130 seats in Parliament and local legislatures. The seats have become vacant due to reasons including death and the departure of some politicians. Let's get a live update now from Harare and speak with political analyst Richard Mahomva. Richard, a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Newsfeed. Are you able to give us any update at all on how vote counting is progressing?
Thanks and greetings to you.
How is vote counting going in Zimbabwe, Richard?
I think as far as all stands, in the meantime, we have been seeing live media updates, particularly from the state broadcaster, through its social media networks, where it was sending pictures of V11 forms, which is a very unique development in terms of electoral information transparency in Zimbabwe, in the sense that for the first time we have the state broadcaster even showcasing V11 forms in areas where ZANU-PF has lost, which is quite reflective of a change of issues as far as the accusation of the state media being predominantly a propagator of pro-ZANU-PF information.
And is the vote going in ZANU's favor?
As it stands, as far as the few V11s that are on the social media sites of the state broadcaster, so far I haven't seen any many positive results that are in ZANU-PF's favor, except for the constituency in Epworth, Harare, which was predominantly MDC over the years, but which has been won by a candidate called Zalera Makare. But in other constituencies, there seems to be less electoral favor on the side of ZANU-PF, and ZBC, a state broadcaster alleged to be more aligned to ZANU-PF, is actually showcasing those results and therefore indicating an increased sense of electoral results transparency.
What about these reports then that some people who turned up yesterday to try and cast their votes were turned back because they did not appear on the voters' roll? Is that a widespread problem in Zimbabwe or limited just to the capital, Harare, where we have seen at least reporting done on television here?
Actually, in Bulawayo, there is a candidate, I forgot the name of the ward, Bulawayo, which is the second largest city, who was a ZANU-PF candidate. And when they looked at their names in the voters' roll, they were appearing in a voters' roll of another ward where they had not initially registered in to participate, which automatically meant that they were disqualified from the election. So we have seen that affecting people across the political divide, and I'm making an explicit example of this scenario to also indicate that ZANU-PF candidates were also affected. So really this is, I think, an administrative challenge on the part of the electoral body, and in terms of the electoral jurisdiction structuring as far as it is concerned in Zimbabwe. So I think it's an administrative issue that needs to be looked into so that anyone across the electoral divide is not affected by this.
Do you expect then that this election will be different? And I ask that question in the context of the electoral season in Zimbabwe and the court challenges that often follow the proclamation of the final results. Are we likely to see more of the same?
For instance, this significant surprise to all of us, where we are seeing V11 forms being showcased on the social media sites of the state broadcaster, for me is a serious signal of an increased approach as far as issues of transparency are concerned, because you'd recall that the 1 August violence was largely precipitated by the fact that certain quarters of the opposition we're saying there are delays.
Richard, are you still with us? Right, Richard Mahomva, a political analyst who was giving us an update on the voting in Zimbabwe by-elections that took place yesterday to fill just over 130 seats, both in the parliament and in the provincial or local legislatures. Some news that we're seeing circulating online that the coalition, the Citizens Coalition for Change, led by Nelson Chamisa, who was formerly with the MDC, Movement for Democratic Change, they've made some significant gains, winning, we understand, some seats in parliament. Not too clear on just how many seats they've won. So once the full picture from these by-elections is available, we here at Newzroom Afrika will give you an idea of just how well the Triple C has done, and also reflect on the performance of the governing ZANU PF. Also, it'll be interesting to see how the other, shall we say, factions of the MDC, because it's a party of many parts now, have done. It has broken up, at least to my memory, 3 times, and ultimately that has also birthed the Citizens Coalition for Change, led by Nelson Chamisa. There are still other leaders from the MDC of old, from the era of the former leader Morgan Changirai, who are still part of that party, but it'll be interesting to see how it fares then as an opposition party amid the shifting political space to some degree in Zimbabwe. Just a pity then that we couldn't conclude that conversation with Richard Mahomva further, but we got a sense of where things are currently.